So I've lived out here in Dubai for about a year and a half, and I thought I would share a bit of knowledge about moving to Dubai and living in Dubai. And this one is for the Brits. I'm going to be giving you 10 reasons why, if you're British, you should definitely consider moving out to Dubai, be it for a couple of years or something slightly more long term. I think there's a lot of reasons in the pro column to consider it. So stay tuned and let me tell you why. I think one of the great things about Dubai, particularly if you're British, is the fact there's a lot of home comforts here, so you won't feel like you're moving somewhere too unfamiliar. And one of the main contributing factors to that is the fact that everyone speaks English. Along with Arabic, it's the prevailing language here. I think it does a lot to make you feel very at home when the prevailing language happens to be your first language. So us Brits and the Americans and Australians are very lucky in the fact that that is the case. Another thing that I've touched on in previous videos is the fact that you earn a tax-free salary. I mean, let's face it, that is one of the main pull factors that brings people from far and wide here to Dubai, and it does make a big difference, not just to your overall living standard, but if you're trying to save up a lump sum, it's really good for that as well. Another small thing that does make quite a big difference is the fact that the plugs are the same as they are back in Britain, which is really good. It means that you can plug your laptop or your hair straighteners and things like that straight into the wall. No need for any power adapters. So it's just like a small thing that makes life a lot more convenient. Very often, if you get a good job offer, your company will pay to relocate you out to Dubai. So this can include your flight tickets, your accommodation while your visa is being processed, and in some cases you can also get an accommodation allowance and other things like that. Another reason is the fact that you'll be in good company because there's many other British people living out here in Dubai. You know, one of the great things about Dubai is the fact that it's made up of 90% expats, and it's a real melting pot of different cultures and people from different countries, and it really works in terms of everyone gets along, people are very respectful of each other here, and British people make up quite a large percentage of expats. So although you're very likely to make some great international friends, you'll probably meet some people from back home as well. Another thing is the fact that you have all of the home comforts here in Dubai, and that includes things such as Marks and Spencer's, Waitrose, we have British pubs here, all of the British food that you'd ever need. Basically everything we have back at home you can probably get here in Dubai. Another great reason to consider moving out here if you're British is the fact that the flight time isn't very long. So to get out here and to get back, usually it will take about a 5 to 6 hour flight. So all things considered, that's not too bad at all. So it's not like moving to Australia or something where you're literally on the other side of the world. Also the time difference isn't too crazy, so it's pretty easy to stay in contact with family members and friends back home. I should also mention that the weekend recently changed. So the weekend previously was on Thursday and Friday here in Dubai, whereas now it recently changed to being Saturday and Sunday. So it's in line with what we have back at home, which also makes it easier to stay in contact with friends and family. If you want to have a Zoom call and things like that, you can do it over the weekend, no problem at all. So for a lot of companies, you'll get 30 days of annual leave, which will give you a lot of time to go back to England to see your friends and loved ones as well. So yeah, you get a pretty generous package in most cases. Another great thing is the fact that a lot of the holidays that we celebrate back at home, such as Christmas, are celebrated here in Dubai. So I've just spent Christmas here in Dubai, and the hotels and lots of places pull out all the stops to get everything feeling really festive. So there'll be Christmas trees, fairy lights, all sorts of festivities, so you're really not going to miss out. And finally, this will be music to a lot of people's ears. There is pretty much no rain here in Dubai, and on the occasions that it does, usually this is induced artificially. If you want to know more about this, just Google cloud seeding or ask anyone in Dubai, because they'll have a lot to say about it. It tends to strike up a lot of conversation. So I hope this has been useful and informative to some of you. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Probably the best way to do that is to reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram is @KeitaHawkins. I'll leave the link down in the description. And thank you so much for watching.